We are in Bologna with Dr. Alessandro Ripalti of Sant'Orsola General Hospital. He is leading a research about the eradication of HIV, but his group is made only by students. He has very few resources to continue this research. Okay, let's talk first of all, what is the research about?
Okay, the idea is to develop a tool, a molecular tool, that allows the eradication of the virus from cells where it is integrated. So the idea would be to use an enzyme that is actually encoded and produced by the virus itself, and modify this enzyme so that it doesn't integrate anymore the viral genome into cells, but actually would disintegrate the genome from cells and therefore hopefully eradicate it from infected cells.
Let's talk about the results of this research.
Well, results are partial at the moment. We're working hard. But at the moment, the enzyme that we have developed is still too much unspecific. So it does recognize the ends of the genome and cut them, but it still does recognize also the human genome. So at the moment, we are working towards a higher specificity of the enzyme towards the HIV genome.
You have received very little money for this research, while the Italian government is spending millions of euro for the treatment of people with HIV.
Right. The public health system in Italy is spending an enormous amount of money to allow people with HIV to survive and get the combined antiretroviral therapy, which is fair, absolutely fair. But the government doesn't invest at all or very little in alternative approaches to a cure, actually, okay, to the eradication to projects that try as a go to eradicate the virus actually from infected people. We have been funded mainly by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and we got some money, some funds from the Italian government. But now we spent everything, and these researches are extremely expensive, and then you have to pay people who work on them. So at the moment, no money, and just students that are following their thesis projects on this work.
All over the world, researches about eradication are underfunded.
I don't know if they are underfunded. What I can tell you is that if you compare the number of papers out there that are published on the development of new drugs and papers that are published on projects that aim at the eradication of the virus, you have a ratio of less than 1 to 100 for the development of new drugs. So there's an enormous disproportion of funds directed to the different approaches, to these two different approaches.